You know the feeling, right? You sit down, you're ready to work, you've got all these great intentions, and then 5 minutes later, you're just scrolling through your phone. It feels like a total failure of willpower. But what if I told you that's completely the wrong way to think about it? The real secret to staying focused longer isn't about trying harder, it's about building a better system. So today, let's break down exactly how you can do that.
This quote right here, this is the whole idea in a nutshell. We always think focus is about adding something, right? More effort, more coffee, more discipline. But this flips that whole idea on its head. Real, deep focus actually comes from subtraction. It's all about taking away the things that are constantly pulling for your attention. And this is the big mindset shift we need to make. For so long, we've been told that focus is just about willpower, forcing yourself to concentrate. But the reality is so much more effective. Focus is a strategy. It's a system that you build, not some epic battle you have to fight and win every single day.
This brings us to what we could call the focus fallacy. This mistaken belief that if you can't concentrate, it's some kind of personal flaw. Well, we're going to debunk that right now with a simple 3-pillar framework for building a system that actually encourages deep, uninterrupted work.
All right, so our very first pillar is all about creating clarity. Think about it. You can't possibly hit a target you can't even see. Real focus begins before you even start working. You have to know exactly what you're aiming for. A foggy mind is always going to wander, but a clear mind is a focused mind.
So, how do we actually get that clarity? Well, it comes down to 3 simple steps. First, start with one super clear goal for your work session. What does done actually look like? Second, do your most important deep work first thing, when your brain is fresh. And third, if you have a huge project, break it down into tiny, manageable steps. That right there is how you stop overwhelm before it even starts.
Okay, on to our second pillar, engineering your environment. Because let's face it, focus isn't just about what's going on inside your head. Your physical surroundings play a massive role. A cluttered desk, a phone buzzing every 2 minutes, all that creates a cluttered mind. So the number one rule here is you have to be absolutely ruthless about removing distractions. This isn't about resisting temptation. It's about eliminating it entirely. Figure out what pulls you away. Your phone, those 20 open tabs on your browser, the pile of stuff on your desk, and get rid of it before you even think about starting your work.
And next up, you have to embrace single tasking. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Multitasking is a myth. It doesn't exist. It's really just switching between a bunch of tasks very, very poorly. The only way to get into that amazing state of flow is to give one thing your full, undivided attention.
So what does this look like in the real world? It's actually pretty simple. It's things like silencing all of your notifications. It's clearing your desk of everything except the one thing you need for the task at hand. It's creating a space that sends a really clear signal to your brain. Okay, it's time to focus now. And that brings us to our final pillar, sustaining your energy. It's one thing to get focused for a few minutes, but how do you stay in that zone for longer? Well, it all comes down to managing your mental fuel tank.
A fantastic way to do this is by working in time blocks. You've probably heard of the Pomodoro technique, right? You go all in with intense, heads-down focus for, say, 25 minutes, and then you take a complete 5-minute break. This simple little cycle helps you stay sharp and energized for hours on end. It's a game-changer.
Here's another powerful tool, mindfulness. And hey, don't let that word intimidate you. It's basically just a workout for your attention span. Every single time your mind wanders off and you gently bring it back to what you're doing, that's like 1 rep at the gym. You're literally building your focus muscle. And of course, we absolutely cannot forget the basics. Those short breaks we talked about, they are non-negotiable. Practicing mindfulness helps train your attention. But you also have to fuel your body and your brain with water, good food, some movement, and enough rest. Your brain is a high-performance machine. You've got to give it the right fuel to run properly.
So when you put all of this together, what's the big takeaway here? It's this. Focus is not something you're born with or without. It is a skill. And just like any other skill, you can train it, you can develop it, and eventually you can master it.
So here it is, your new system for focus. First, you create clarity so you know exactly where you're going. Second, you engineer your environment to clear the path of any distractions. And third, you sustain your energy so you can actually see it through to the end. These 3 pillars, together, are your blueprint for doing deep, meaningful work.
And remember, this is not about some massive, life-changing overhaul you have to do overnight. Not at all. It's about small, consistent, intentional steps. Building focus is just like building any other habit. It's those little daily choices that add up to a huge change over time.
So, I'll leave you with a challenge. Just look around you right now. Look at your desk, your phone, your computer. What is the one single distraction you can remove right now, today, to start building your focus? What's going to be your first step?